Hi, I'm Chris and thank you for joining me on my next video of the Porsche. So what I'm doing is I'm using some of this Mr. Dissolve putty to get this video started in a hope to try and fill this sunroof panel line gap up. The reason why I've decided to use this first instead of a putty is to see if I could try and, in a way, kind of pull it in a little bit. Pull it into that line so it just kind of like drops and fills it in. It's a pretty new thing to me, so got to start somewhere. So just giving it a try. I've given it a really good shake, and just applying it quite generously, just with the cocktails, I guess, as you can see, and just trying to get it all pulled up into them panel lines, and then we'll just see how it goes, let it dry, and go from there. To be honest, I do quite like this Dissolve putty. I think for small filling jobs, I think it's really good stuff. Definitely think about getting it if you haven't already. And as you can see here, look, it's all filled in, and just time to get a chance to dry now. So all I've been doing here so far is I've just been going through the what's not needed parts as such in the instruction manual to get, trim the sprues down, get the bits off that I don't need. And after looking at it, as you can see there, look, the wipers that are required for this build on the left are for the left-hand drive. So I'm actually going to be getting rid of those instead, and then keeping the right-hand side drive wiper blades. Also, I think this is the worst bit of flash on the sprues, I think, if I remember correctly, on the suspension there. It didn't take much to tidy up at all. So here, as you can see, with the Dissolve putty, it's now dried. Just having a quick check over, you probably see it there. It's kind of like sunken in. Again, I'm just kind of like winging it, see how I'm getting on. It's a fairly new process for me, trying to fill in something of this sort of size. Also, while I was marking it up for the mould lines, I did notice one thing that I didn't notice in the unboxing. It's like the grills at the front there. I don't know what's gone on, but the bottom one's really bowed upwards. It's quite thin as well, so I must be really careful not to fuse the two grill parts together. Yeah, not sure what's happened there, why it's like that. Anyway, what I've done is I've decided to take off the Dissolve putty. I just wanted to try and use this Mr. Putty White in the tube. I decided just to squeeze it in, just using the back of a bit of cardboard from a cereal box, to be honest, just to spread it around. I think in total I must have done about 3 applications trying to fill it in as best as I could. Bodywork's never been my strongest subject, but we'll see how it goes. So this is the first application. I just wanted to try, again, it's just trying. You've got to try to, start somewhere basically, aren't you? You can't just expect to do something and be great at it. So yeah, I'm quite happy to try it on this. I don't mind the outcome. It is what it is, and we've all got to learn somewhere. And with this, you'll see in a bit, if not later on the next video, maybe. I was quite happy, to be fair, with the outcome. And yeah, I'll be honest, this Mr. White Putty R, for what it is to come straight out of a tube, I quite like it. It doesn't take long. It doesn't take too long to dry, to be fair. I think I was working on it within a few hours of sanding after the final application. Yeah, it's really good. I've used some Milliput before, the epoxy stuff. You've got to mix the two sticks together. It can be quite messy and quite tedious and whatnot. This Mr. Putty White, straight out of the tube, straight in, get it into place, just leave it. Yeah, I really like this Mr. Putty in the tube. Again, a bit like the Dissolve putty. If you haven't got any, definitely think about getting some. And yeah, I think it's better for a bigger job than the Dissolve putty. So yeah, let's see how things go. I think this bit here, this is the I did the second application pretty much straight away, I think. I just squeezed, as you can see there, big drop on, and just spread it around and just tried to fill the gaps in as best as I could. Should I have left it a little bit longer? I don't know, I will be honest. But there, this is after the 3 applications in total. It looks a right mess. So let's leave it to dry and see how we get on. And here we are. So a few hours later, after 3 applications, and it's dried pretty rock hard, to be fair. I was really impressed. And I've just used some of my Tamiya's sanding sponge 600 grit wet sanded, and it is it the best? possibly not. I don't know. But I am very happy with how it's turned out. And even if it hasn't reduced it 100%, it's still reduced them panel lines massively. And that's exactly what I was after. And you can see on the back of the body there, I've done the best as I can to get rid of them big old mould lines, if you can remember from the unboxing video. But yeah, it's like I said in the unboxing video, this had quite a lot of mould lines, but again, doesn't take much work just to get rid of them, so it's not really too much to be put off by. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it's coming along. It's just I'm a little bit worried about that grille, and obviously we're using spray cans. The output of paint can be a lot more than an airbrush, and so I don't want to kind of like get the grille parts fused together. And here you are after 2 coats of primer. You can just about see the outline of that the sunroof panel line. So it's not 100% gone, but the reduction of that panel line depth is massive, and I'm really happy with the outcome. And to be fair, I quite like the look of this car in this primer grey. And you can just see on the back there where the light housing is. I think it's going to be alright, to be fair. Once the clear parts are on and it's all painted up, I don't think it's going to be noticeable. But again, it does look really nice. It's such a lovely body shape as well. So, and yeah, it's just there on the grille. Luckily enough, managed to get paint on it without fusing it together, and I'm pretty happy. I'll be honest as well, as while I was at this point looking around the body, I wasn't just checking for imperfections. I was actually thinking, oh my goodness, this is going to take some polishing. Not to make sure I don't burn through any of the curves as such. There's a lot of curves on this body, so it's going to take a little bit of work, a bit of time, a bit of patience, but I'm sure I'll be able to do an half decent job on it. I really look forward to seeing how it goes. So thanks very much for watching. In the next video I'll be looking at getting the colour and the clear down, and obviously all like the satin base down and all the individual parts as well. There's the wheels there, the bleach bath, ready for getting some different colour. So yeah, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Look after yourselves. Cheers. Bye.